So using a market facilitator, how is that of an advantage to a company? Well, actually, it provides breadth and additionality. It may be that as a company that you don't have the capacity or the capability in order to go out and search for new markets or search for new opportunities. And actually, by working through a market facilitator, it's possible to extend your reach. There's all sorts of ways of working and looking at market facilitation. It could be through using some kind of a platform. It might be through working with an individual, or it could be with working with an organization. Top tips for actually engaging involve you thinking very clearly about what it is that you want to achieve, when you'd like to achieve that, and what role it is that you want to play. Because you need to be quite realistic in going into these interactions. You need to have some clarity, and you also need to have a degree of flexibility. But the key thing is communication. In Ireland, one platform that we have available is through Knowledge Transfer Ireland, with a state-funded body that's there to help companies, SMEs in particular, to find their way through state-funded research to get access to expertise, intellectual property, and technology. You can either go via the KTI website to find out what's available and, most importantly, who to talk to, or you can go direct to working with the tech transfer offices or business development people in universities and institutes of technology, whose job it is to listen and hear what it is that you want and to work with you to try and help you find the right kinds of opportunity and to package those in the right way for you and for the research providers. A company can find market facilitators in a variety of ways. One of them is to use our trusted friend Google, and believe me, there's lots of information out there that's very helpful. And another way, of course, is referral, because many other companies will also be working with facilitators themselves. And certainly in Ireland, it's a very open and a very collaborative environment. So actually, by going to events and networking, it's very easy to both get those referrals and actually have the right kinds of touch points to find the market facilitators. If you're looking for somebody to facilitate finding research expertise and IP in the research base within Ireland, then one of the great and easy things you can do is just go to the Knowledge Transfer Ireland website, where you'll find information available on technology, intellectual property and expertise throughout the country. And most importantly, that will direct you as to who to talk to. When engaging with a market facilitator or a research provider, it's very important that the SME thinks carefully about what it is that they want to achieve. Because in order to get a really effective relationship going, then we need to have that clarity of communication and an understanding of what the end point might be. And that also means that the SME needs to play an active role, both in managing the relationship with the facilitator and managing the relationship with the solution provider as well. It's a two-way street, and it does need some active management. SMEs may be nervous of disclosing confidential information, and that's perfectly understandable. But there are great ways of being able to manage this. So at the outset, you can get away with actually not needing to give too much confidential information. Have your initial discussions without talking about trade secrets. It's fine. It's actually very easy. When you've decided if the partner that you're working with or your prospective partner is the right one for you, it may be that you do need to start explaining some confidential information to them. You can do that under agreements such as confidentiality disclosure agreements, or if you're in a more detailed relationship, that may become a clause within a bigger agreement. And that's okay. It's up to you to decide when it's appropriate to disclose that confidential information and what level of disclosure you're going to give. But be aware, you may need to at some stage. The top tip for using facilitators is communication. You need to know what it is that you want, and you need to be able to convey that. But you also need to be able to listen. You need to be able to listen to hear what the facilitator can offer you and what they're telling you about the environment in which you may be working. It's a two-way street, it's a relationship and it's a partnership. So you need to be clear, you need to be listening, and they need to be clear too. And on that basis, you can decide if they're right for you and how you're going to work together in the future.